Hello and welcome to round 1. I think this is a mulligan. It has some stuff, but this husk is pretty bad if you don't have backup. By backup I don't mean like other free drops, because that doesn't make this card very good. You need Act of Treasons or like 2 drops or something. So I'm gonna mulligan. And this hand is horrible too. I could gamble, but this hand also needs a lot of lands to work, so I guess I go to 5. It almost looks like the same hand, like it was just a couple of cards changing. I'm gonna obviously keep this hand because it has stuff, but do not like my chances. And that's a good card. I think I'm gonna maybe side in Chandra's Fury. Just this card actually alone makes you wanna side in Chandra's Fury, because it's a pretty sweet card to get. I'm happy I have an Eyeblight Assassin in my deck too. I mean, it's not like this card is unbeatable, but Chandra's Fury is a fine card on its own, so you might as well get some value. I think I'm gonna play the Scout here. I don't really have anything to make unblockable, and it's something I can sacrifice to Fleshbag, which means that my creature gets slightly upgraded. So I get no value, but a Goblin Piker could be okay in this situation, I think. And maybe my opponent is stuck on colors. And I'm only going to 5, so I will take every help I can get, basically. So if my opponent attacks here, there's a Celestial Flare incoming, but because why would you ever wanna trade? So I think I'm fine. What's the worst thing that could happen, you know? I don't think I can get blown out, so I mean, this is a fantastic trade if it works. I mean, his guy is much better than mine, so I mean, if it's a Celestial Flare, I don't really care. And we break even on Fleshbag. Like, I can't sacrifice this anymore, but on the other hand, my opponent can't sacrifice this, so it's like even Steven. It's a very strange attack, because if I take it, I can just attack him back. So if my opponent wanted to trade, he could have just held back. That attack seems strange to me. So that was actually a pretty good draw, because I anticipate a Celestial Flare here, but I think I have to get it out of my opponent's hand. Or do I? I could not attack, but maybe my opponent's just stuck on colors. It worked. So that's the reason why you can sometimes attack even though you think they might have it. Sometimes they just don't have it. Okay, so yeah, I think I keep these 2. I need lands, and Fire Impulse could be good. I'm pretty close to having Spell Mastery too, so works. And I play my land, and another land, and I can deal with something large, like Sentinel of Eternal Watch. There's gotta be some reason why my opponent kept his hand, right? Okay, that's not a card I wanted to see. We might be in trouble here. But I am only 1 mana away from Act of Treason plus Fleshbag, so that's cool. I think there's gonna be some angels incoming soon. It's the first time I have ever played against this card. It's gonna be interesting. I think this might end up bad for me. Okay, this was not so bad. I mean, this card doesn't affect the board, so don't care that much, honestly. I mean, it could be good at some point, but in this situation, like a suppression bombs would have been very bad for me, because then I would lose my pressure. So that's not the worst that could have happened. So okay, well, I'm gonna kill that, I'm pretty sure, because it does mess up my flashback. In case I don't draw a land. And it also makes it so my opponent can block. So now I guess I just kill it. I'm hoping for a land here. Land would be sweet. No, but... So I could take my opponent's guy or girl or whatever it is. Yeah, it looks like a girl. And then fire conclusion itself. So because you can actually when you sacrifice fire, you can actually target the angel, but then you sacrifice it so it just fizzles. This puts my opponent to 7, and I have a removal spell. Actually, maybe 2. So I think I'm gonna do that. So I take the creature. And then I attack for 7. And then I conclusion the angel and sacrificing the angel. So, I mean, I could have waited and got greedy, but this way I get 7 damage through. That's pretty sweet. Now my opponent is down to 2 cards, so I have some removal spells. I mean, I always like it when your opponent is tapped out. Okay. So I could either kill it with Unholy Hunger or flashback it. I think so. If my opponent can draw like a Dragon Fodder, that would make me want to use flashback now. But my opponent could also, I could also draw an Act of Treason. And that way I would wanna save flashback. Of course I don't have a 6th land yet, but it's interesting. I'm gonna see what I draw first, obviously. Act of Treason would be a sweet top deck, by the way. I would just win, by the way. So I'm considering, because if I draw Act of Treason, that's gonna be insanely good for me, probably. Because my opponent is so low on life. So I should probably play as if I was gonna play around a Dragon Fodder. Because I have, if I draw Act of Treason, I'm in very good shape anyway. So I'm inclined to use the flashback. But we will see. I don't know, my opponent is... Yeah, looks like my opponent came back, which is sweet, because if I'm gonna go through the trouble of recording this, I don't want 3 wins. So the Throwing Knife changes things, because now I can... Flashback looks much better, since I can just play Throwing Knife in the same turn. Might as well attack first, my opponent can't block obviously, so don't really care. And I mean, I could play an equip Throwing Knife, but that puts my opponent to 2. And then my opponent has a 6-4 in play. It seems kind of scary. I mean, then if my opponent kills my creature, I have nothing on the board. So I like this much better. Play the flashback. This also plays around Dragon Fodder much better. So, like it, especially now with the Throwing Knife in the mix. And my opponent is dead next turn, unless he can come up with 2 creatures, and then I have an Unholy Hunger. So the worst case for me is if my opponent draws a removal spell for my Brute, which would probably be from the top of the deck, since I'm pretty sure he would kill it. If you play against a red deck, you should probably not go to 4. Swift Reckoning, well, that's bad for me, but what can you do? That was almost assuredly from the top. The Brute, okay. Well, just need to top deck a creature, and I have one of his creatures handled. I think I play the land, because bluffing is kind of pointless. My opponent can't play around anything anyway, so. And I do have Spell Mastery, yes. So I have 2 life whenever I want. And Act of Treason is also lethal, which is why I'm not gonna kill this guy, because I can play Act of Treason and equip the Throwing Knife. So I'm gonna wait a little bit on killing my opponent's guy. Yeah, I think I'll play that. Why not? Right. And equip. My opponent is f6, and that is good. So now I'm a little bit punished for not killing his guy, but I still think this is right, because I could have drawn an act of treason. And if my opponent is getting aggressive here, maybe I can kill it. I'm definitely not blocking, obviously. Alright. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna go for it. Because my opponent is gonna need to play a creature at some point anyway if he wants to kill me. So act of treason will be a live draw then. Fiery conclusion of its own would be bad for me, but it didn't have it. Okay. So we won with a mulligan to 5, that makes me very happy. Of course my opponent had a very interesting start with doing almost nothing and then play a Sigil of the Empty Throne. I have nothing in the sideboard against Sigil of the Empty Throne, which is not surprising since I'm black-red. I do want to put in this Chandra's Fury though, I think it's fine. And so do I take out Reader Bones? I mean, Reader Bones probably won me the last game, honestly. But I feel like I have to take out a spell here, because I have only 12 creatures. I'm gonna need them all to win the game. I mean, I'm gonna need a high density of creatures to win the game, because my opponent does have some removal spells. So the question is Chandra's Fury... I mean, I only saw the 1/1. I didn't see anything else. Yeah, I think I wanna wait a little bit more and keep the Reader Bones. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this, but it's too late now. This is one thing I dislike about the new client, because in the previous client you could click submit and you would stay on the screen with your sideboard. Now you have no choice. You have to be... Once you click submit, you have no choice. Your submission has been gone forever. So this is a sketchy hand because I don't have red, but I'm on the draw, and as soon as I draw red, this hand doesn't work. So I think I'm gonna keep it. It's a loose keep, but I think it's fine. And there we go. That was lucky, but I think you can't mulligan every starting hand that looks like that. I think you're gonna lose more games by not doing it. So I'm having Token Freebait covered. That's a very important thing in this format, I think. You don't want to lose to a Token Freebait. So if you're playing against a white deck and you can't answer a Token Freebait on the draw, you should probably mulligan. And I couldn't have done it unless I've drawn a mountain, but that's you know, halfway there. Yeah, I'm gonna just kill it for curve purposes. And I'm drawing a lot of land. I mean, I can't complain too much because I did need a mountain, but I think I don't want any more mountains right now. This card can be pretty bad against black decks because they have Eyeblight Assassin, but other than that, he's gonna need a removal spell. And as previously, I don't think I play around with Celestial Flare because he didn't have it last time, and maybe he just has Sigil of the Empty Throne, and I don't want to give him time. And it worked again. See, they don't always have it. So I'm definitely playing the Automaton here because I want value from the Victor. Maybe I can draw like a Husk. That would be sweet. Scout does nothing right now, but you never know. Maybe I draw a Husk. Nantuko Husk is the centerpiece of this deck, which is why I wanted to play Reader Bone, so I want to draw more Husks, basically. Okay, that's decent. That's a decent answer. And Enthralling Victory sadly can't target your own creatures. Otherwise I could go Husk, Scout plus target it. I mean, some of these effects you can target your own creatures, but not this one. So I start by attacking, see what happens. My opponent was a little bit in the tank last turn, which makes me think that he had some options. Because he has been playing pretty fast so far. And here's the Flare, which maybe he had and he just wanted to get value from Swift Reckoning. I don't know. So I'm definitely playing the Brute, that is for sure. The question is if I want to play the Scout. And yes, I think so. I have some draws where I could get 2 damage through, and right now I can't target anything anyway. So I don't want to see a Sentinel of the Eternal Watch. That is fine. So at this point, I'm not. Chandra's Fury would be cool, but maybe I should just take my value from the Enthralling Victory. My opponent clearly is screwed in some way because he only played a 1-drop last turn. And this plays around another Celestial Flare pretty good because I can sacrifice the Acolyte, you know. Which is why I'm gonna attack with it rather than tap it to give something plus, because if my opponent has Celestial Flare, he just can't cast it this turn. There's no way. And I'm gonna play the land because I might draw Reader Bones or something. Normally you almost never want to attack with this guy when you have attackers, but this was an exception, I'm pretty sure. So I'm gonna attack with everything, I think. I don't see how I can avoid this trade. I mean, I'm not gonna cast an Unholy Hunger on my opponent's 1/1. It's just not gonna happen. I might do it if my opponent plays some kind of combat trick. Alright, my opponent is still there. I'm gonna play the land because Reader Bones, maybe. Something. The thing is, my opponent can't play around stuff here. There's no point for me to bluff because my opponent is at 5 and facing 2 creatures. He's not gonna play around anything. So it's just very stupid not to play your land. You should play your land in that situation. Because my opponent is not playing discard. So looks like we're gonna win this one. Yes, that was a pretty easy round. My opponent drew pretty bad, but I mean, if you have 5 cards in your hand and 5 lands in play, and you're not casting your spells, you probably built your deck wrong. You probably have too many situational cards and too many high drops. Like, my opponent's hand right now could maybe be Sentinel of the Eternal Watch, which I'm not blaming him for playing. But maybe he also has like Godforge Sentinel or the sorcery that gives +2/+1. So I think my opponent might have been not building his deck correctly, but I don't know. Maybe he just got very screwed. See you in round 2. Thanks for watching.